Yeah, I'm right back at you like I never left, and I'm gonna go this hard to my last breath. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Canoe, Consul Moon. You already know what you're gonna get when you step in the room. You're now dealing with Canoe. Yeah, I'm here. While I'm here, I'm gonna make the information direct and clear, because a lot of y'all can't hear. Yeah. Now, welcome back to Make My Ancestors Great Again. This is my thoughts 84 on one for Israel, or Israel, however you want to pronounce it. Really don't make no difference because it's an illegal state. Um, it was conjured up and brought forth by a declaration, the Balfour Declaration, in roughly 1948. So after World War One, which was held from 1914 to 1918, they had already understood that they were going to change Northeast Africa to the land of the Bible, or some know it as the Middle East. So that's another video. That's for another discussion. But I seen this video come down my timeline. I don't know anything about the gentlemen who are speaking. They're total different ethnic groups. They're total different races. One guy said he thought Jesus was a Italian man. So in my guess, I guess he would be Italian. It's a European lady. She's not Jewish. None of these people are Jewish. He looks to be like a Spanish man, a Spaniard or a Spaniel. He doesn't look to be Jewish in the terms of an ethnic sense. There's no such thing as a Jew either. And I'm not speaking in no type of anti-Semitic term. I don't deal with none of that stuff. I'm talking about in history. If it was, then you have to go ask Shlomo Sand, the man who wrote a book called The Invention of the Jewish People. What exactly, ideally, was he speaking about? Okay. You would have to go and ask gentlemen like that, what are they talking about? So a Jewish ethnic or racial group, it's never before been seen, or it's nothing like that in a human form. Now you can practice a religion called Judaism, and that would make you Jewish. So by no means am I saying anything wrong about Jewish people or nothing, because in my opinion, there's no such thing as Jewish people. You can practice, or you can belong to a Jewish faith, and that makes you Jewish. A Jewish man can be an African. He can be an African American, black man, whatever the case may be. He can be a Spaniel, a Spanish man, a Mexican. He can be a German. He can be a European, American, Italian, a Filipino American, any of these things. So that's my opinion on that. And I don't really believe that's an opinion. That's a fact. You can practice Judaism, which makes you Jewish. But there's nobody on the planet that was born Jewish, because there's nobody on the planet that was born Christian. There's nobody on the planet that was born Islamic. Okay. You can check your birth certificate. And if any of that stuff is on there, then that's what you were born as. But you wasn't. It's going to say male or female, the time of your birth, and whatever name or title your parents gave you. Okay, so let's get into the video. I had a lot of family visiting, and it was one of my son's birthdays. So just to kind of give an account of myself, in the words of Dr. John Henry Clark, the ancestors, I love them. That's what my channel, the name is about, Make My Ancestors Great Again. So let's get into the video. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and I thank you for watching. This video is in no means to try to steer people away from whatever they want to go into, or take God away from you. What I do is to try to give people a sense of spirituality and let you understand you do not need man-made religion to be spiritual. So let's check out the video. Nah, I go side by side with it. Been a while.
I want to tell you a story.
I used to believe that Jesus was a Catholic God, God of the Gentiles.
I imagined that Jesus was Italian.
The New Testament was one of those books that I saw nuns reading on the subway.
I was expecting to find a handbook on how to persecute the Jews. I'm reading a story written by Jews about Jewish people.
One thing you don't do is you don't talk about Jesus.
I'm gonna get ostracized. They're gonna think I'm crazy. And
are you out of your mind? You're not Jewish anymore.
Absolutely not.
Do not look into this.
You are a traitor to your people. Jesus was the Messiah.
He wants relationship. He wants fellowship. Believing in Jesus is the most Jewish thing I can do.
I mean, to have a close relationship with God, the truth is worth it. Life with Yeshua would be worth it.
I've been involved in Jewish outreach for over 30 years. This new form of evangelism that One for Israel so effectively uses is really revolutionary in 2,000 years. The ministry of One for Israel.
That's the video. Now, I don't know any of the gentlemen. I don't know the young lady. I don't know anybody. They came across my timeline, and quite naturally, I wanted to give my response and my opinions and my thoughts on it. Now, they were saying a lot of things in the video, like I said in the introduction. One gentleman said he seen nuns reading the New Testament on the subway. You got to remember, these are Jewish people talking. And this is what they were told. Do not read that New Testament. Do not read it, because they don't have anything to do with it. They read stuff like the Torah, the Tanakh, and things like that. That's the first 5 books of Moses, in a sense. Now, that's in a complete set of what's known as the Holy Bible. So you got the Old Testament and the New Testament. Now, for the most part, the Jewish people, they don't touch the New Testament, because whoever wrote the Torah or the Tanakh or whatever the case may be, the first 5 books of Moses, the Old Testament, it stopped there. So these new biblical writers and these new apostles and these new people that was walking with Jesus, the disciples, the Jewish people don't take to that. The Messiah didn't have no son. So all the while they're saying that Jesus the Christ is the Messiah, this is what they're saying now. Jewish people said the Messiah never had no son, and he didn't dress up and come back as his own son. The Messiah is just the whole thing. He's the Messiah. Okay. Now the Christian people that reads the New Testament, they use John 1:1 or the book of John to say, hey, this Jesus the Christ was always God. Now the Jews said no, because you can look it up. It's roughly 20. Some people go further than that, 1 to 20 or 30 things that would have had to have happened according to the Sefer HaTorah or the Talmud or the Tanakh, whatever, that did not happen when this Jesus the Christ walked the earth. One of them is that the second temple was never rebuilt. See, it says when the Messiah comes, the second temple is going to be rebuilt. That never happened. It's still not rebuilt today. So that would exclude this Jesus the Christ from being the Messiah. Okay, that's just one. I'm gonna give you a couple things. All peace on the planet, everything, when the Messiah, this is what's said in the Torah. When the Messiah hits the ground, peace will be declared everywhere on the planet. No time, even now, have you seen any of that. And this Jesus the Christ is said to have died almost 2,000 years ago. So that's another lie. Okay. Then all Jewish people, as soon as the Messiah hit the planet, all Jewish people from wherever they was at supposed to amass and come back to Israel. That didn't happen. Still haven't happened today. So that's a flat out lie. So they got this one for Israel or one for Israel, and they saying that Jesus has always been the Messiah. See, now this is called Jews for Jesus. See, before, the way they were taught fundamentally, say, hey, they're going to look into that, because you want to go against all Jewish principles. We're going to alienate you. You're going to be ostracized. If you're saying Jesus is the Messiah, that's blasphemy. See, that's a sin. All this carrying on. So they made it to where they believe that Jesus is the Messiah. And that's a flat out lie. Number one, the Jews, it's never been no Messiah. They know that. And the Messiah, none of the things have taken place that the Torah said when the Messiah get here is supposed to take place. So that's number one. The Christians know it's no Messiah because they stole the story from there and took it and put it in their books and tried to make a superhuman dead white man on the cross, which he still has that Jewish embodiment because he came from the Torah, so many people are saying. And they made a superhuman strength, oversized white man, dead white man out in the house. Okay. So it's all false, fictitious, man-made. All the stories are false and fictitious. The Christians got it, patristic writing, the church fathers, that's a body of writing that they use. The Jews, the Jewish people, they use Perky of Oath. That's a body of writing that they use to write their literature. And Muslims use the Sunnah, the Hadith, and the Ishnad. That's the three bodies of writing they use to write their literature. It's all fictitious, pseudepigrapher, made up literature, mythology. It's flat out lies, okay? And it's fiction. That's my thoughts on the video. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Kanum, Consul Moon. You already know what you're going to get when you step in the room. You're now dealing with them. This is what I do, and I love to do it. Before I take back what I said, I asked them up to it. This was not to steer people away from whatever it is they want to steer into, but just know if you cannot fundamentally find these people in human history, and at one time it was something called, it wasn't religion, but it was something going on before these terms named Yahshua, Yahweh, Yeshima, Shamashiach, all these Moshe, Misha, all this stuff. There was stuff going on way before Jesus the Christ. These are new. Okay, it was stuff going on way before Allah even came into the before he was even conceived, you know. So understand that spirituality has been here since man was born. Okay, religion was here on the date that the religion began. Go find out when your religion began, and if you can find that date, you have been doomed and you're a part of man-made religion. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and I thank you for watching.